Hello and welcome back to Where Are All My Friends? I'm so excited for this episode. It is with Ryan Librada, who is an artist, and I found him through the craziest way yet, which was through a skate video on a YouTube deep dive, where I then found this entire project that he is a part of that inspires me more than anything I've seen in I don't know how long, which is the Erased project with one of his long time friends, Luis Mora, which is basically like these friends that have come together and made this skate team and this clothing brand and these videos together. And it's just so inspiring to see a group of friends do something so big all on their own. He is a part of that, but more importantly, he is an artist. And I didn't realize it when we recorded this podcast, but it is a really cool chapter of his artist career where he is so focused in and tunnel vision on the project right now. So everything we talked about is so fresh, and it's such this beautiful time where I'm sure we'll be able to look back on it and be like, damn, that's where it all started. So that's a brief introduction to him. Another very cool piece of that is he's also close friends with Sueco, who had that song Fast that you've probably heard, and was his creative director and helped him kind of find his style as he was coming up. And a lot of the Erased homies tie into the Sueco story as well. So as I was finding all of that out, I just literally became obsessed with this circle of friends and everything they were doing. And Ryan kept standing out as this piece where I was like, I need to know about you. So we ended up connecting, we ended up having this podcast, and there were so many small world moments in it. He just has this rad story that I think a lot of people will be able to relate to, as far as like finding what you love, being insanely inspired by it, and then the crazy journey that takes you on to ultimately find what you want to do, which for him was the artist project. And for that reason, I think everyone watching and listening will love this one. So let's get into it. Where are all my friends? Ryan Librada. I'm so excited for this one because this happens every now and then, but it's my favorite thing in the world, where I'll see somebody on Instagram, I'll see somebody online doing something, and I'm like, that's cool. And then I'll kind of look a little bit further. I'm like, wait, that's really cool. And then it keeps going. And then I'll be like, okay. And then I'll reach out, and then you were down to do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. And it's my favorite thing to like just learn from there. Like I have no idea. There's so many things I've noticed that I want to know, but like I'm really like just now getting to dive into it with you. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being down. And I'm so damn excited.
I'm excited too.
Ask some questions and connect some pieces, because I feel like just off of the little bit of us chatting before this started, there's going to be some weird full circle things
there definitely has to be. Thanks for having me on, dude. This is my first podcast ever.
Is it?
Yeah. I've always wanted to be on one, man. I'm an avid podcast listener.
What are some of your go-tos?
So there's this one, a skate one, the 9 Club. Don't know.
Dude, I love the 9 Club.
I fucking love the 9 Club.
Oh my God.
I'm into improv, weirdly enough, and there's this one called Comedy Bang Bang that's fucking sick. I like Comedy Bang Bang.
Do you ever go out to like, I mean, I guess before pandemic, maybe shows are coming back now, but like the UCB, like the little like stand-up show?
You know, I never, like, my whole like living out in LA situation has never led me to have like me time to like it. There's, of course there has been me time, but my me time was finally when kind of COVID happened, and then I was like, well, obviously I can't.
Now you can't.
But like, I would love improv.
to. We'll talk about that, I guess. But we got to do that sometime. That's cool.
Fuck, that's sick. Yeah.
Okay. So improv, Comedy Bang Bang.
Fuck, I can't think of.
I love the 9 Club. The 9 Club is like similar. Like, I guess they get into everything, but like that's a similar vibe of, I'm always just interested in people's come up stories and like hearing specific details and all these stories. And I feel like they do such a good job. Like, dude, the Mike Vallely one.
That like, one went on for like 5 hours.
Dude.
That was fucking crazy.
In it the whole time.
Like, keep going. For sure. Like, you gotta know. You gotta know about all those stories. Like, he got bullied and shit in the fucking in the industry, and you learn a lot about the industry. It's sick, dude. I really That's sick. That's sick that you also like the 9 Club.
Oh my God. Well, because like this is not about me, but like my roots was skateboarding and cars before I ever did anything in music.
Yeah.
And then I kind of like went down the music career path kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of the same for me.
Well, we need to hear about this. Yes.
Awesome.
So that's kind of why I still pay attention to all that stuff. So, okay, to get into this very, very briefly, in a quick summary, tell a listener who doesn't know who you are and what you do, and then we'll dig back and get into the start of it all.
We'll circle back. Yeah. So for the listener, my name is Ryan Librada. I come from actually a small town called Carson City, Nevada. It's next to Reno. I just tell people Reno because it's like people don't know about Carson City, which it's the capital of Nevada, so people should, but they don't. They think Vegas is.
Yeah. And I know you're from Nevada because you say Nevada, not Nevada.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted that too. Fucking, we can tell. We can weed you guys out. Yeah. Small town boy.
Damn.
And I guess skating was the start of it all.
Yeah, because now you're kind of in this cool spot where you're skating, you're making music. We just found out that we both like cars. So like similar hobbies and interests.
Yeah,
here.
definitely. Yeah, I forgot to mention the things. Yeah, I'm a musical artist right now. That is my occupation and what I love doing. So
yeah. And you've been hard at that. Like you literally just came from the studio, right?
I just came from the studio. Yeah. So I made a good song. I might have to show you later.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of what I want to hear is, I don't know if I found your music first or if I stumbled upon you in some of like the Erased videos and all of that skating. Because I kind of like, that's like my YouTube late night deep dives. Like it's like music, skating, cars, whatever.
For sure, yeah.
And I kind of stumble upon that. And where I'm really interested is, you feel like you're behind the scenes on some pretty cool come ups to me.
Dang.
Like, I feel like you, and correct me if I'm wrong, explain the stories, but I feel like you were a big part of the initial Sueco come up, or a directing factor.
We that's for sure.
You have been
valid.
A part of a lot of the Erased stuff that I've seen. I don't know any of that circle, so like just from the outside looking in, you feel like you are a key piece of that.
That's the family right there.
Yeah. And then you're also making your own music, but it feels like, and that is having success. I'm watching that grow, but it also feels like you've been around other artists that have like full like blown up, and that's become like their life.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's all the things I want to hear about. So I guess take me back to like growing up in Carson City and like how that gets to here, what I'm seeing, and how I'm like, yo, who is this kid?
Oh, for sure. Okay, so definitely growing up, being ethnically ambiguous in a small white town was kind of like, I already knew I was different, so I kind of wanted to like embrace it more in front of everybody that like would give me weird looks and shit. So I would always like dress different and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was just so like, I gravitated towards the way skaters dressed. That was what got me into skating, was the way they dressed.
Oh, like style.
Yeah, it was the style. Yeah, it was the style and fashion more. I saw the way they dressed. I was like, fuck, that's so sick. Like those big ass shoes, big ass pants. Like I loved
Osiris
it.
D3s
yeah,
and shit
dude.
like
Oh
that.
my God. I was a fan, bro. I was linked. I didn't care about like skate, like the act of skating. I didn't care about. I cared more about what they were wearing.
Wow.
Like, and I remember seeing Corey Duffel, fucking him wearing skinny jeans changed my life, bro. I was like, fuck, I need skinny jeans.
Yeah.
So like,
isn't that funny how it's like reverting now?
Yeah, no, it's going back to baggy, which is sick. I love it. I'm here for all of the fashion changes.
But so you saw the fashion side of skateboarding first, and like trying to stand out. You're like, this is it.
This is I was like, they look so different and so cool, because I saw different ethnicities were doing it. So I was just like, this is something I can get into, because it just felt like all the other sports kind of had their like their niche, you know. It's like you have to be really big, you have to like be like fast, tall and stuff like that. And I was just like, wow, I'm not really fitting that mold. Like I probably in high school was even shorter than I am now. So it was like, you know, or middle school too, like I was a little guy. So it was just like,
like
get in where you fit in, pretty
like
much.
On the basketball team.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
As much as my Filipino dad wanted me to, every Filipino dad wants their kid to either be a nurse or to play basketball. And it's like, the realistic one was nurse. So I was just like, let me choose something else.
Yeah, you're like, I need to figure this out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you grow up, you gravitate towards the style, fashion side of skateboarding.
Yeah.
And then like, what age is that? Like, what age do you get your first board?
Like my first actual board, my uncle took me. I was like 12, I think, for like my 12th birthday. I'm almost positive it was my 12th birthday. I remember I got an Element deck.
Yo.
Element deck industrial trucks. I don't know if you remember industrial, but they were like around for a brief moment of time.
You like unlocked a piece of my brain.
Like they
when
had
you
a
said
little
that.
eye logo for their trucks.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was industrial trucks, and I had mini logo wheels with mini logo or Bones red bearings. And that was my
Yo.
whole complete first setup. My uncle took me, and fucking ever since then I hit the park and was like, yeah, this is sick.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So like right around like that 12-year-old age, like
Uh-huh.
you got into it at a pretty young age.
Pretty young, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I was 11. I could be mistaken, but I feel like more people know their age at when they started, but I'm so like muddied.
I'm kind of similar like that.
Yeah.
Like I remember, it's funny that you remember your first complete because I do too. I remember I was like about 13, something like that. And like
yeah.
your skate shop complete, not like the Walmart.
No,
Veriflex.
yeah. Let me reiterate. I did have a board before that, but
Right.
it wasn't a fucking my own complete.
When you get your
Yeah.
skate shop complete and you get to build
Yeah,
it,
that's
like
the life-changing
you're like
moment
studying
for
a
the skater
CCS
kid.
catalog for like 3
sure.
months
For
before you
sure.
get to the shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew that I was gonna get a board for my birthday, so I was like, "What are the kids fucking skating?" And you're super into Viva La Bam. Like I was super into
Oh,
Viva La Bam
yeah,
and shit
that's
like
like
that.
that
So I was all like
era.
Element. Fuck yeah, that was yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, cool. So you get the board, you go to the skate park. Are you good out the rip or do you suck? Like, were you making friends like that? Like, how's that go?
I was just fearless.
Cool.
So I would like jump off big shit.
Okay.
And that was kind of what got me into like hanging out with the other kids that skated, was because I was just like, yo, point me to the next stair set. Like I'll fucking ollie it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So that was kind of like my in of skate. That was like what was defining for me. And also because I watched like Baker videos and like Corey Duffel, like I just said, like if you watch them, they skate big shit. So I saw that and I was like, that's what a skater does. They
Learn
skate
how to
big
skate
shit.
fast
Yeah.
and jump over
I didn't
big
know
shit.
about ledge skating or any of that like growing up. So it was just like big shit. Find the biggest thing in your neighborhood and ollie it.
Yeah. Oh, that's also like Viva La Bam. Like he had kind of a different style, but like also did
Yeah,
crazy
definitely
shit.
being
Yeah.
like gnarly and just doing that. Yeah. So adrenaline junkie type shit. That was like what I was into.
Okay. But then you also didn't move out to LA until you had grown up quite a bit more than that. So like
Yeah,
were
for
your
sure.
teenage years still in Carson City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely like my whole high school career. Well, not my whole high school career, because like maybe when I was senior, I like kind of dropped out. I got an adult diploma.
I did that too.
Okay, yeah, sick. Yeah, so
Like I have a diploma, but I
But
just
it's-
didn't like do the
I
graduation.
didn't do the whole
thing.
thing. Yeah, exactly. When I was doing that was I met I have a friend named Jordan. He's a big model now. I'm pretty sure he like works for like, he does like set designs for like The Weeknd and shit. Like,
Oh,
but he was from
cool.
back home. His mom is a famous YouTuber. Her name's Candy Johnson.
Whoa.
And
You never hear moms being famous either. That's crazy.
yeah, that's crazy, right? And so they invited me to go with them to LA to go to Disneyland. And it was my first time ever going to Disneyland. And I was just like, dude, this is sick. Like living the life that they live, because I grew up not wealthy. So I like what I saw, what they had going, I was like, that just seemed like LA life to me. I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, like you go and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, getting the hotels, the nice food, the people. I was just like, whoa. I was like, this is life. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so you get a taste of that. You see LA.
Yeah.
That's it. Get your adult diploma. Did you think about college or like what was?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
College was because I was already like not having a great time in school, like high school. So it was like that didn't seem fun sitting in a chair for 4 more years.
Yeah. So then, like, were you like thinking that you'd go pro, or like what was your headspace at like around that time?
My headspace at that time it wasn't necessary. Like it was more towards like YouTube and skating. I was like, I'm gonna be a YouTube skater. Like I'm gonna make it big on YouTube and skating.
Dude, it's so crazy you say that, because I feel like as I see the people that are next up, like there's this whole world of like YouTube and skating, and it wasn't always like that.
No, for sure, no.
And it's so, I mean, that's what I love so much about like all of the Erase project is I'm like, this is something so special, because you don't have to get sponsored by some team or like go AM on a certain, like you guys made your own everything.
Yeah.
And like YouTube. Like you can use that as this vessel, and it's like, I don't know. I just feel like that's the next wave of skateboarding.
For sure. And it's like, I forgot to mention this, that Luis, the owner of Erased, we grew up together in the same town.
Oh, I didn't even know that he's from Nevada?
Yeah, Carson, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, so me and him are the only ones, though, that grew up together out of all of it.
So you guys go back then?
Oh, we go back, yeah, like way back.
You're like day one with whole him and was he putting you on YouTube game, or were you guys getting into it at the
we
same
were back
time?
And forth. Yeah, we were definitely back. He was so focused on making stuff look good, filming. Like he's very anal with making sure that shit looked ever since we were kids.
Yeah.
Like when we were filming our little skate videos as kids, like he was anal that it looked good.
Yeah.
So he's always had a vision.
Yes.
And he was more so directing me with like building my own vision too, because he was always like, Ryan, like you can be a star. Like, bro, just have to like focus. And I've always had a hard time focusing because I was always like, fuck off and do some other shit. But like definitely as of recently, I started focusing and sitting down and like listening. But yeah, he's been my day one. He's fucking...
That's nuts. So what age do you guys meet? Because that's a huge part of the story.
Oh man, probably like 13.
Oh my God. So
yeah.
You guys like, you're day one, like as you're getting into skateboarding, like all of it, like his first camera, he's like, yo, you skate, let me film something. Like,
exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
So then like by the time you're out of high school, are you guys both just like, LA, we're going there? Like, is that...
So I had a friend, oh my God, there's so much shit links. I had a friend named Ben, and his sister is a famous model. Her name's Tiana Gregory. And she had an apartment out here. And he was like, yeah, you guys can come stay with me. But we only originally came out to stay with them to go to the Illegal Civ premiere, the first ever one that Mikey Alfred had. Is this connecting a dot with you?
I mean, it's just like, it's not like a specific person, but it's just all of my interests coming together, and it's like that cool thing of like, you pay attention to the same things, and like that's really exciting
for
to me
sure.
to hear that you went to that.
Yeah, no, we came out here for his first ever premiere that he did in front of his house. Like he literally but was fucking crazy about the premiere was that Frank Ocean, Tyler the Creator, like they were all just standing there with us, like watching it, and that was my like first experience of going out there as like just me.
What year is that? Like what around that time?
I want to say maybe like 2014 or 15, around there.
So I feel like I'm late to the party because I kind of like, I broke so many bones doing stupid shit when I skated. So like I kind of stopped skating and like went doubled down on like the tour music thing.
Yeah.
And I was so deeply focused in music and everything at that time that there was this whole wave of skateboarding that I missed.
Yeah.
Like I didn't pay attention to skateboarding at all. So then when I found Illegal Civ, like, I mean, dude, maybe like 2019. So I missed those OG days. So you're saying this and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So like that's cool to hear that.
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, we literally went to that first premiere, and it was like that was life changing for me, that premiere, because I got to see, no, I don't think it was a Cayman, but I'm pretty sure maybe it was like a GT3 or something like that Frank Ocean like got into.
He rolls up in a GT3.
Bro, it was the sickest shit ever. I was just like, dude. Like,
I feel like they're similar. Like they're like music people that also like cars. Like they're like that breed. Like they get it.
Him and Tyler the Creator and shit.
Oh
yeah, I could tell like off rip. I was like, yeah.
So you were there and you see that and you're just like, oh.
It's like the similar interest thing. So it's like you see they make music, the nice cars, the skateboarding. I was like, other people are like this, because I didn't believe that was real.
Especially
like,
from some small town.
It's from
shit.
The small town that I was in. I didn't think. I was like, there's a whole nother world that enjoys nice clothes, music, skating, and cars. I was like, sign me up.
Yo.
So that was how I fucking moved out to here.
That day you were just like,
that day was like, I knew for a fact I was gonna move to LA.
Yeah. Holy shit. And you're what, like probably right around that graduating high or getting out of high school?
Yeah, I don't think I actually officially moved out here though. And like I would come back and forth, like make trips, fucking drive my Integra, fucking funny story actually. The rest in peace moment of my Integra was driving out here because I hit a fucking pothole on Laurel Canyon, and because I had low profiles, I was slammed all the way to the ground, fucking exactly how you're supposed to ride your Integra.
That's
but
absolutely
there's
right.
big ass fucking pothole on Laurel Canyon, knocked my transmission out. It stayed in fucking second gear and would not go out of second gear. So it was like my car was just fucking like sitting there, like I couldn't turn it on because it would just stay in second gear. So I was like, fuck. There goes the Integra.
Holy shit. And I guess backstory for the listener, like our first moment of bonding was like randomly being like, oh, are you into cars? And finding out that we literally had the exact same generation, basically same year Integra.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. Those like little nuanced things. Like, you too?
That's so crazy too.
I love that. Because it's also a differentiation. Like I was not a 240 kid. I was not a full-on drift kid. I was a Honda kid.
No. To be exact, I was a Honda kid. There was nothing else that was. I mean, obviously, when you're a Honda kid, there is the level ups that you want. You want the STI. You want the. That was
my
again
friend got
to
an
why
Evo,
I
and
was
like,
back. Dude, that's my friend got an Evo. It had literally one of the most beautiful Evos, and I was so jealous, bro. I was like, how did you make that happen?
Dude, it's like the craziest thing.
Yeah, I had the Evo 8, and I was just like, fuck, that thing is beautiful. Like, you have your friends too that have their crazy ass cars, and you're just like, you have your Honda, but that's what you aspire to be.
You can go to the meets, like you're the same breed, but then you're just like, God,
Honda kids, I think Honda kids are the ones that understand the grind and they respectfully want to level up.
And now, as I've met like more and more successful people in LA that are like similar interests, everything we just said, they'll have crazy shit now. And you'll talk like, oh, what was your first car? And they'll be like, yeah, CRX or something like that. And you're like, brother. Like you just it's like that.
We just connected.
Handshake.
It's crazy because that's how me and one of my like best friends now, Marcos, he's a part of the Erase project too. That was how me and him connected, was our Hondas.
Dude.
I
love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a taste of it, you see it, you're like, this is my fucking place. You're going back and forth. RIP Integral Laurel Canyon.
Yes.
But you finally make it out here. And are you and Luis, like, did you move out at the same time? Like, did you go to the same, like, did you move into an apartment together? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So we did originally move in together. I couldn't make rent, so I had to move back. And they were the only ones out here, like, because Luis was doing like some filming stuff for another skater, Lamont Holt, so he was getting paid by Lamont at the time to film him and do that, so he was making money, but I could not find a means of pay, I guess, while I was out here. What sucked was though, when I moved back active, the skate shop hit me and they're like, hey, like we got your application, like did you want to start tomorrow? And I was like, dude, you gotta be fucking me. Like, of course, the week after I moved back, they called me and said they checked my application, it was good. So I was like,
it's normally the opposite story, Rick. I was gonna have to move back, and on the last day, Active calls me like, you're like, no, I moved back. It was fucked.
No, it wasn't a beautiful story. I had to move back and fucking work at my grandpa's car shop, and then I worked at like a winery and shit. I've worked some crazy jobs.
The bullshit jobs.
Jobs, you have to work them.
You do.
Like kids these days. They don't think they have to, but you do.
I spun a sign on a street wearing a Santa Claus uniform.
Amazing.
You gotta do it.
You have to. You really have to. You gotta put in the due diligence, because then you'll never be able to fully appreciate the nectar, the fruits of your labor.
I fuck with you. I had a feeling. I didn't know there would be this much.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so you go back. So you have like this back and forth. Like there's this whole grind to properly get here, but probably since the day that you like knew that LA was your spot, that's probably all you could think about.
All that was on my mind. Yeah. So I mean, I had my own fucking problems at home, but it was like I was having to deal with like balancing that and trying to move out to LA. So it was like one night I just literally said, fuck it. I took my dad's extra truck that was unregistered and I had no insurance. It was not registered. I took it and I told my mom, I was like, I gotta go. I was like, this is it. Because I was just like, life is not gonna get better here. So I was like, I know life is gonna get better out there for me. So I took the truck. I was scared, paranoid the whole time fucking driving. I was chain smoking fucking cigarettes on the way. I was just like, bro, like this is crazy. Why am I doing this? But I was
like something made you do it.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, I'm getting told, like God was in my ear, like this is what you got to do. And plus too, I knew that a model agency wanted to sign me at the time.
Okay.
So I knew like I had some backbone of coming out here. I knew I could get some jobs doing that. So then I came out here, I signed with them. And funny enough, Illegal Civ, the dude Olin Pernat, that was his agency. That's how I found them, was through him. Because oh wow, that's so crazy. I'm just linking that in my head right now that he was Illegal Civ. I came out here, watched that premiere, fell in love with it, and then the model agency that wants to sign me is the one that he was signed to because I knew because of him.
Holy
The kid that's the star of
shit.
mid-90s or
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, that's it. Yeah, that just checked in my head right now.
Oh my
But yeah,
God, dude.
fucking
It's crazy for me because again, it's like this is me catching up to like what I consider like this next wave of like what skateboarding is. And you're telling me these stories where you're like, yeah, like I met them here and this connected to this. And I'm like, oh, fucking cool.
right. Yeah.
So, all right. So you get this modeling agency thing. You're back out here.
Yeah.
And then like, I guess, so where it's really interesting to me is you do a lot of things like, and you're good at a lot of things. Like,
thank you.
Yeah. So are you still like, are you going out filming skating when you get here? Are you focusing fully on modeling? Have you thought about music yet? Like, how's this all coming together?
Music was not in the thoughts at all. I came out here, we were filming our skating stuff. We were, I was doing modeling stuff and that was, paying me, getting me food and shit like that. So I wasn't completely starving and broke out here.
And Erased, did that exist yet?
No, it was in the works though.
Okay.
So it was definitely like starting.
Okay.
My friend Jarrell is yes. Okay. So my friend Jarrell, I knew from skating and just way back. He got evicted from his apartment. So he moved in with Sueco.
Right.
So Sueco and him were living together and I was homeless out there in LA. I was like, yo, Jarrell, can I crash with you this week? Like, and he's all like, yeah, sure, let me ask Sueco. And Sueco barely knew who I was, but he was just like, yeah, fuck it.
I haven't met him, but I feel like that's a very, like, from the demeanor that I've seen, it's very much just like, yeah, fuck it.
That's literally, yeah, definitely how he is. He was just like, yeah, fuck it. And like, that's how he talks to you. He's like, okay. So like, I pull up there. And he's like, yeah, there's like, you can sleep on the couch. He's like, I sleep on this little twin bed in his room. He's all like, we can switch out sometimes in the week. And I was like, fuck. I was like, whatever it takes, man. I don't care. And they were so welcoming there. Like his dad, Sueco's dad, amazing dude. Like one of the kindest people I think I've ever met.
Okay.
He was just took me with open arms and was like, yeah, you can live here. Just, he didn't even care. He'd feed us. Like he came back with breakfast burritos this morning and I just stayed there for 2 days. He's like, here you go. And I was like, fuck, like, dude, this is sick.
Where I guess like this ties into exactly what I know and like some of the pieces that I want to ask, because one of my moments of being like, I need to talk to Ryan was the little documentary that Luis made about Sueco.
Yeah.
And you're explaining this. And I'm like, that was a moment in that little documentary where I'm like, dude, his dad, like, if it weren't for people like him, dreams wouldn't come true.
For
like those parents that are just
for sure.
Yeah, like any other parent would just be like, what the fuck is going on? And they're just
100%.
No, like,
yeah.
That's so sick to hear you explain that.
No, 100%. Yeah. What got me moved in there was I moved in and I've always been like the fashion guy, the style guy. So I moved in and he just kind of dressed like a dork, and we've talked about this before, so it doesn't matter.
Seeing the old photos,
yeah,
like, what the fuck?
He was cringy. So I came in, but I heard I didn't know that he made music like how he did, and he has this little back studio in his house, and he was bumping music on his Rocket 8s, and fucking, I was just like, damn, like, this shit is good. I was like, your music is fucking good. And I didn't really process it until I was driving in the car, his Mini Cooper. He would drop the top on his Mini Cooper at night, and he would bump songs that he just made or that he wanted to show us. But you had to, but the thing is, you had to go into the Mini Cooper. You had to stuff in. Didn't matter how many people wanted to hear the song. You had to get in his Mini Cooper, and he would circle the Pasadena neighborhood, and we would listen to his songs. And that was when I knew, like, that was when I clicked in my head. I was like, dude, you're gonna be a star, bro. I was like, but you dress hella whack. I was
And
like,
that's where you came into
and
the
that
picture.
was, yeah,
where
that was where
like
I
something you
came
were
in.
so passionate about. Your modeling, like it's like something you live and breathe. So you're like, I got you.
I was like, yeah, let me help you out on that end. He's like, all right, if you help me with my style, then you can just live with me. He's like, that was our deal. So I was like, all right, let me make sure you're good on the style end and you just focus on the music.
Dude.
So that was that, yeah.
Holy fuck. And that explains, like, that's, I see you in these pieces where I'm like, I need to know. Like, because
Yeah.
you've been around all of this stuff and that explains that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And has that been like, have you been an eye more than even just him? Like, is there like other stuff like where as the friends are coming up or like as a race project is happening, like you're like,
yeah, I mean, Luis would vouch for it too, that I helped with the style of his style. And I mean, I think he said it before in videos where just kind of like, if I see that my friend has potential to do something, even with the friend I was talking about in first beginning of my story with his mom being a YouTuber, I would like be like, yo, you should wear this or something like that. And he's like this fucking insane. Like, you go to any PacSun, you'll see him on there.
Oh shit.
But like, yeah, I would be like, yo, you should like wear this. This would look sick with what you have or something like that. I would always like have a style in mind for my friends. And most of the times they would like listen to me and trust me for whatever reason, but it would help. They fucking, their style, their whole direction of their shit would change. So.
Dude, so crazy. Okay, so you get welcomed into Sueco's dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping him with his style.
Mm-hmm.
You're still not doing anything music-wise yourself.
No. Yeah, no.
So skating hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And you're doing the modeling thing.
Yeah.
So what happens next?
What happens next was that music for me literally didn't start until a year ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like I don't know the progression of you. Like all it is my like seeing everything now. Yeah. So like I'm like, oh cool, you must have been doing all of this for this long. So it's so crazy to hear you explain that.
It's recent because I've always looked at myself as like the behind the scenes, like you said, the guy that works on the other stuff. So that's how I always saw myself.
Yeah.
But everybody would tell me otherwise. They would just be like, yo, you gotta be the singer, man. You gotta be the artist. Like, you can sing, you can make music. They're like, just do it on your own. And I was like, I finally listened and finally started making my own music.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that's cool too that you have the support of your friends, because like something that I feel is like now through the videos that you guys have made, you can kind of put on early talent that you believe in, right? Mm-hmm. Like I think I heard one of your songs on a street edit, like a Luis something. And I was like, oh shit, what is this? And then I'm like, oh, who is Ryan? Right? Like, so it's like, I feel like that's one of the coolest things you've built. And like that worked for Sueco as well a little bit. Yeah. And like, that's so cool. And that's so cool that you have the support of your friends and like that's all come together in the way that you can do that.
And for sure, Sueco helped me with making music too. Like, cause he would, cause before he was even an artist, he would record people, produce for them. He was more of a producer himself. He wasn't the actual artist. He was the guy who made beats. Like, I don't know if you remember that, but he was the beat maker on Instagram, would make beats out of like wacky shit.
That's right.
That was also something that I was involved with too, with them, was making the beats out of wacky shit and stuff. But I would tell him, I was like, yo, this shit's whack now. Like, you got to focus on your own music, bro. Like, stop making beats out of fucking condoms. But
cracking eggs and shit. And
But he was definitely like the starting factor with me making music, because he recorded me for the first time, like actually helped me make a song. So I was like, oh shit, like I guess I can make music. So that was kind of like,
wow. So like where you were an early friend to him and like helped him sort the style and were a piece of that, like he's still the homie that looks out for you and like,
he like helped me make music and shit. He was fucking, he was always like he always means well. Like he would always fucking not try to go out of his way, but he would go out of his way for homies. Like,
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's just like in his family, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I guess his fucking, his fucking dad was so awesome. Trickled a little bit on him.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that part, but then I guess that gets it a little bit forward. So you're out in LA, you're living there, modeling, and then like I guess I'm also curious of Erased Project, because that I had no idea that you and Luis were 13 years old together and like that early, and I only see that from the outside. And I like for me, I'm like, every time you pop up in a video or some shit, I'm like, this kid's funny. Like, who's this? What's
Damn.
going on? So like,
Fuck yeah.
but I feel like I also now feel like I kind of know some of or a lot of your crew just because you guys do a very good job of being friends on camera and doing all of that. So was that like you're doing your thing, Luis is doing his thing, and it's a natural evolution, or was that like you got like how is that tie into it?
I mean, Erase project started because of our friend Marcos, the one I was talking about. We became friends over Hondas. He needed a way to live out in LA with us. This was when I couldn't afford the apartment.
Oh wow!
So
you're still just fucking
I'm still
doing whatever.
Yeah, I still fuck my life at that point. But he couldn't afford to live out there. So my friend Luis was all like, "Yo, let's start a clothing brand, and I'll like give you some money to like design or something like that, or like do whatever, make it cool." And yeah, so they came up with Erased, and then that was like it was started to keep him living out in LA.
Holy shit. So it was very much clothing centric first. Yeah. Wow. And then again, I think that's probably a natural tie-in with you paying close attention to like fashion and style and all that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that was, yeah.
And then where does it start getting good for you? Because like I know like again before we started the podcast we were talking about like those like oh my god moments of like damn I got to get like the cool car. So like where's the page start to turn for you and like you fucking chain smoked yourself cigarettes out here on the non-registered truck. You fucking grinded. You stayed at Sueco's house. You were making things like how is like your progression of the come up? Where does it start to look up for you?
Yeah, so it was when I started focusing on Sueco, like working with Sueco and doing the music and helping him with style. And I directed all his music videos. And just would do like all the creative direction for him.
Shit.
Yeah, and I helped him meet his first manager because we bonded on some clothing outside of a studio. Like on some I was smoking a cigarette outside of the studio. I quit, but I mean, maybe I should pick it back up because that was like my turning points. Yeah, I was outside of a studio, and he was out there like because he was like or actually I probably can't say what he was doing, but he was out there doing some stuff. And I was like, yo, that's a sick piece that you got on. And he was like, hey, thanks, bro. Like we started chopping it up and then I took his number down and then he was just an entrepreneur at heart. So he was like, yo, Sueco's music is good. Like I want to manage him.
So he wasn't even like a music manager.
No,
he
wasn't even a music manager, but like he knew how to do shit. Like he just
understood business.
He knew business. So he knew how to like get a product out there. And the product was Sueco. So yeah, he fucking came on board and then we started grinding even harder towards like the music. So we're like, yo, let's make this music work.
So Sueco was a big piece, like that part of his come up, like that changed the lives of like a lot of the homies around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely, like I feel like I was affected like one of the most by it just because like me and him worked so closely with everything that was going on, like to where it was like it trickled down on me to where it was like that's what started changing my life. I was like, this is how shit works. I saw the way he worked at things and I was like, I need to do stuff. I need to switch it to different mode to how he was looking at things.
So you just like brought each other's strengths out where you're like, here, I got you on style and fashion, whatever. But like at the same time, you're seeing the way that he works on music and the way that he looks at things and him making viral videos or whatever. And like, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I was like that. I take pieces from all my friends because I think all my friends are fucking sick.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, so like with Luis too, his business, his fucking core dedication to making sure everything is cool. Like I'm like, okay, I'll take a piece from that. Like, dude, you guys can feed off me as much as you want because I'm also feeding off of you guys. So it was like
I'm a big the top 5 people that you surround yourself with is like the net of who you are.
Oh, for sure,
like,
dude. Because if you're hanging out with bums, that like it's so sick. Like you said, when I first came into the house, you're like, this house is just a house of different creatives. Like the first girl that I met, Mia, right? Yeah. You're like, she takes photos. I was like, that's fucking sick. Like that's the kind of house that you should be in.
Exactly.
If you're living with roommates, at least surround yourself with roommates that are fucking sick.
Dude,
you know,
it's so important.
Yeah.
So you like really had that with your friends. Like you guys were really bringing the best out of each
dude.
other.
Like I literally can't like hang out with a lot of old friends because we did not have the same vision for our future. So it was just like, as much as I love them, and it's no ill will towards them, but it's just kind of like I need to surround myself around someone else with a like mind.
Well, that, and it's like when you have that like super crazy drive and you're like obsessing over these things, like it's all you want to talk about. So if you have friends that are just like chilling, going to like whatever parties and like not doing whatever, you're just like, there's only so much that you can get into.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, it's like it's either you're on one route or you're with the route with the friends that are giving you new opportunities.
Yeah.
So it was like,
holy shit. Okay, so that's all happening. And was it happening before? Because like Fast was like crazy. Like that song went crazy.
Yeah, it did.
Could you feel it happening before that? Or was it like this overnight moment where you're like, oh, what the fuck?
No, I knew it was all happening. Like, it's just, you know.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain it, but you just know. Like how I know certain things right now.
Yep.
It's like I knew.
Yeah.
I was, dude, I swear, I think I was like this ties in, believe me.
Please.
I swear I was like the first person with COVID. Like,
bro.
Yeah, just let me dive into this. Okay, so this is before we fucking everything blows up to insane proportions, like out of our control.
What a great hook into a story.
I'm gonna believe
in.
me. Yeah, this is how I wrap you in. So I go to China. This is when Erase is popping off too. Like Erase is doing really well. Sales are doing awesome. Let's film some videos in Japan and China. So I was like, they flew me out to China. I got stupid sick, like insanely sick, bro. Like the sickest I've ever been. Like my throat was swollen. I'm like trying to find fucking medicine out there in China, and it's almost near to impossible because you have to download a VPN. Have you been to China?
I've not been to China. I've been to Japan, but I have not been to China.
Dude, Japan is amazing.
Love Japan.
We can talk about that too. But fucking China, literally you have to download a VPN to fucking even search the web to map somewhere to where you can get fucking medicine.
So you're back to like no smartphone technology, just dying.
It felt primal, bro. I was like, dude, I need to eat a root, something. I was like, I need something to fucking nutrient me so I don't die out here.
Holy shit. Okay, so
and what was even worse is that our fucking apartment, or not apartment, but our hotel thing in China for some reason was a guest thing. We were on a fucking Groupon. Erase wasn't doing that well. We were on a Groupon fucking hotel thing out there, and like I guess some fucking other people got booked to our room, and they would like come in, and I'm sitting there sick as fuck. I'm like, why are these people coming in? And they'd like be some random Chinese man going like, oh shit, like I shouldn't be in here. Like, let me get out. And I was like, yeah, like, but they would get keys to our room, so it was like, it was shit. I was going through a shit time. I was sick as fuck, and I was like, dude, this is a sickness I've never experienced before. And this was like May 2019, I think Fast blew up. Yeah, so this was in May, and then I go to Japan after. I'm feeling better, but in Japan, I get a call from the manager, from Sueco's manager. He's like, yo, bro, we need you back in America. And I was like, what? I was like, why? And like, I already had a hunch why, that something crazy was going on with the music. He's like, bro, we need you to direct Fast this instant.
You directed Fast?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That video is so cool.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I worked hard on it.
What the fuck?
A lot of it is kind of loosely based on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
God, this is a full mind blown moment right now. Oh my fucking God. Okay, so you're in Japan. You get a call.
Yeah.
Fast is blowing up, but doesn't have a video yet.
Doesn't have a video yet, yeah.
And they're like, you need to get back and make this video.
It all linked. So it was like, yo, Sueco just signed for X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
By the way, they want a video. So I was like, me? They're like, yeah.
And hearing that major label signing dollars too, you were probably like, what the actual fuck did you just say?
I literally looked at everybody in our Airbnb in Japan. I was like, yo, I'm about to go buy a Beamer. And they were all like, what? No fucking way.
My God.
They were all fucking like so stoked out of their minds. I was like, bro, life just changed.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Dude.
But like at the same time, it was so bittersweet because at the same time, I'm like recovering from sickness. I get a call from my mom. She's like, yo, your childhood dog just died. And I was like, bro, like, how do I even feel right now? So I was like, it was such a fucking roller coaster of emotions that like, I was like, I don't know what wave to ride right now, but I was like, fuck it, we're going with it. This is it. This is life right now. I was like, life is changing.
Holy shit.
So they flew me back early from Japan. Everybody, we were supposed to be there for a month. They flew me back the first 2 weeks that I was in there.
Wow.
They're like, yo, write a treatment, get some shit like ready to show them. I was like, fuck, okay, yeah. So I like wrote up a treatment, sent it over. Then the production team spruced it up, animated it, had all the shit. We went back and forth, and I got to see firsthand how all that shit worked. And I was like, damn, this is fucking like, this is sick. I was like, I love this shit.
So was that the first video that you got to like really get in there and like direct?
Yeah, like I would direct all of our like videos before that, like everybody's music videos. I was always the guy directing it.
Okay, so you were doing it, you just didn't have a budget.
I never had a budget. No, but I always had the creative mind, I guess. But to like do it, and so that was when we saw that shit, and I was like, wow, like I get to rent out a fucking store in Beverly Hills. I was like, you guys are just gonna let me do that? I was like, then let's do that. I would say crazy shit. I was like, I want Jarrell to ride a horse, and then they were like, done. I was like, I want the horse to talk, and they're like, done. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't know that this is how it worked.
Pushing the
I
limits.
kept
They're
pushing
like,
the
he's
bill.
riding a horse.
I kept pushing the bill,
and then you're just like, all right, they said yes. The horse talks.
Yeah, that was literally. I was like, yeah. Now, if for anyone going back and watching the video, they're gonna love that part even more of the horse rapping.
Oh my God, I'm gonna love that part.
Because I really pushed the bill on all that shit. Yeah, I was just like, I want it to be zany. I want it to seem like he's chasing this world that we've finally reached, but it's like he has to fight battles on the way, like of dealing with fucking all the stress and shit of LA, which was like when Scott Pilgrim had to fight all the exes to reach the final boss.
You're blowing my mind right now. So that's like when you're like, holy shit, like life just changed. You're in Japan,
I came back and I copped the white M2. Yeah, of course. that was fucking, dude. I was like, are you shitting me? Like, we went to the Beamer dealership, Sueco and I both, and he copped the blue one, and fucking, we were just right there together. Like,
that's also sick that as a friend, he like got you paid, like that you were a part of that.
He was like, I mean, he knew, like, it was like a mutual agreement that like it was something we were both working towards. Like,
that's cool, man. Like, I feel like I have no musical talents, but I've always been around music. I've always loved it, and I've always enjoyed being behind the scenes myself.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you can be in situations where you can help somebody that you really believe in, and then the success will happen, and because it's them as the name or they're the front-facing person, you can have the situations where they
you don't
take
get
that
what you thought
to the bank and you don't.
For sure. And it's like,
and I'm not saying that I'm not like, I literally am not putting that on a specific thing or throwing shade, but like, you just hear that story all too often.
Oh, you know,
to hear
for
the
sure.
opposite of like your friends being like, no, you're fucking coming up with me. Like, that's the shit that I love to hear.
No, for sure. And it's like, I know that those situations happen. I'm not, naive. There wasn't always like a back of my mind thing, but it was always like, accept it, if it doesn't go that way.
Holy
so
shit,
I was just like, okay, like if it, if he gets signed, he does. But it was like he put me on payroll for being his creative director and all the shit. And I was just like, yeah, fucking yeah, life changed. And we moved in together. That's of us.
That's the house that he shoots the TV with the crossbow.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
That was, he fucking, I don't know why he did it either. I was just like, you're a demon, but that's what money does to you.
You're a demon?
Yeah, I was like, that's what money does to you. So it was fuck it. He bought a new one. So
that's so funny. Okay, so that's the house that I saw in that video.
Is the house.
That's you guys
the
all moved
famous
in.
house. Yeah. I moved in there. Me and my girlfriend moved into one room. Jarrell moved into the room across from me.
Wow. So you and Jarrell have like been through
me
it too.
like in all of these stories, let me pretense that I don't know if pretense was even the right word, but Jarrell is always right by my side doing all
Wow.
this. That's my right hand man.
He's your dude.
Like
He's your
if
guy.
I need somebody to talk to about real life shit that's going on, fuck everything else, he's my right hand man. Like that
Okay,
that
holy
man will
shit.
listen to me, and he's the best listener that you could ask for. He'll just sit there and listen and give you his advice, and he's the best. Shout out to Jarrell.
Holy shit. When did you guys meet? That was
Through skating, like a
Okay.
long time, like not a long time ago, but I was probably like 18, 17.
so you're like in LA and shit
I was
like that.
it was when I was visiting. It wasn't
okay,
when I
okay.
was like,
Maybe, did you say that? Oh.
yeah, no, but we clicked like immediately. It was like, yo, we're homies, we're brothers for life. So
Okay,
that
so
was like,
y'all are in the house together. You
yeah,
got your
yeah. I
rooms
mean,
next to each other.
don't get me wrong. Like when you live with somebody, you get annoyed with some tendencies that
Sure.
they have. But Jarrell's very well aware of my vocal tendencies, my vocal fucking complaints about shit he's done. So it was like, as much as I love him and he's my brother, like there was sometimes
Yeah,
living
you're
with
just
him where
like-
I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so that house, that famous house, Jarrell is there.
Yes.
And then
The other artist, JD too. I forgot to mention.
I don't know if I know.
Dunkin' Donuts. His song NBA, or not Dunkin' Donuts. Is it Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, NBA Dunks, Dunkin' Donut Double Cups.
How did I miss that?
I don't know how you missed it, but that was another artist with us that had a song blow up.
Holy fuck. So you guys are like an incubator of like blowing shit up at this point.
Yeah, kind of.
What? And again, like you could feel it. You're like, it's happening.
I just knew that JD, he's a really good artist. So he was always in writing sessions with a lot of artists would like have him in on writing sessions and shit like that. So he was always like, when I heard his music, it was another one where I was just like, whoa, like you've got it.
Yeah, like you just had that feel, that instant knowingness.
Yeah. His song blew up, and it wasn't on fast level, but it was just like awesome.
Yeah.
Another song can do that.
Yeah. You're like, okay, cool. Like it can happen again.
We can keep doing it.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Okay, so then you're creative director on payroll, living at that house, and like that's where it happened. That's where you're like, all right, cool. I have a fucking M2. Like,
yeah,
things got better.
That was when things got better. Yes.
Holy shit.
And then the pandemic strikes.
Oh fuck! Is that timing?
Yeah, that's exact timing.
Oh my god! Because you brought COVID back.
Yeah, because of me.
It,
I was the one. Fucking America had a big dispute with me. It was secret.
Damn
kept
it.
under covers. Yeah, but it was me.
Damn it!
I know. I apologize. But no, don't. I don't want anyone believing that. But yeah, no, it was.
I listened to a podcast, and even though it sounded like a joke, now
could you imagine like
Holy
a
shit.
huge ass tabloids?
Yeah, right. So COVID happens, and then that changes the path of everything.
Yeah.
Were you guys like?
That was when I took music serious.
Oh, that's where that comes in.
Yes.
Holy, but that's not that you couldn't skate. But like, so yeah, it's how does that shake out? Because we also didn't touch on you. Are you still modeling at this time, or like what?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I was like did a Snapchat commercial recent. That was my most recent thing that was like in modeling before all that happened. There's not like it. Skating just can't be my passion, because it is my passion. Like I love skating no matter what, but it can't be my career. Like, because I'm not good enough.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I have a lot of injured parts in my body. Like I have a friggin' metal in my knee too, because I tore my ACL and meniscus in Portland.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah. So it was like skating is kind of out. Like modeling is cool, but you got to really like dive into that world. And I'm also not 6 foot tall, so it's like harder to get a lot of jobs that they're very biased in that industry. So I was like, yeah, okay, I need my own route now.
Yeah. But that's cool. I think that's really cool that you decided to do that, and you didn't try to just be creative director for like everything. Like that's really interesting.
Yeah. It was just more so Luis, again, he was telling me, he's like, dude, make music.
Really?
Yeah, he was the one. He was like, bro, make music. Like you need to make music.
Shit. And I mean, he knows you well. You guys.
Yeah. And then like literally after we got off the phone call of like all of our lives turning and changing during COVID and like just shit happening, real life shit, after the come down of our very high fucking roller coaster of traveling the world and fucking like doing all this new shit, radio tours and all that fun stuff.
Holy fuck, dude.
The roller coaster went down and we were just like, all right, we hit the ground again. It's time to figure shit out.
Oh my God.
So that was like when I was like, okay, I can make music.
Yeah.
I was like, I know how, and I have an amazing producer too. My friend Zach Aaron.
Yeah.
He's my producer for all my music, and I was like, fuck it, we'll hanker down and just get in the studio every week as much as we can and make music.
This is extra cool to me now, talking to you about this and hearing it, because it's like that extra excitement of like, this is also fresh.
This is very fresh. Yeah.
Like it very well could go crazy and you could have that Sueco moment at any time. Like I didn't realize that it was this.
It's very
fresh.
Yeah.
And at this point now, like as we're recording this, that's the focus. Like
100%.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, I have songs that I'm just like, the way I saw Sueco, like get ready to market those songs. Like when he had Fast, we all knew it was a hit.
You just knew.
And I have a song that I'm just like, I need to make sure all my chickens are aligned. Or what's the saying?
What is ducks in a row?
Ducks in a row.
Is there another chickens one?
I don't know.
Oh,
they're all the same.
Yeah.
I need all my ducks in a row for this song to release. But yes, I have so much music. I've only dropped like 4 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4 songs. But I have a lot.
And see, this is again like this spot where like I am such a big believer. Like I came from touring with a band getting signed, going and working at record labels and seeing the record label system. And there is definite value that labels can bring. And every, I mean, you saw like Sueco, like obviously
for sure,
like, what a major can do and all that. But now here I am talking to you and I'm like, holy shit, like you've been through it. You know the back end. You have the manager friends. You've seen what goes viral. You've seen all of these pieces.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, fuck.
It's time to put it together.
That's where I'm like, I didn't realize that I'm talking to you in real time like this.
This is real time happening right now.
Scheming.
I'm scheming.
Oh my God. Okay, so to bring it back. So you're in this moment right now where like you're putting all these pieces together and
yes.
Where certain new artists would need a team and would need a creative director and a label. Like you've very firsthand seen all of that and learned that.
For sure, yeah.
So like as we're talking, you're putting this together.
Yes.
Holy shit.
As we're talking. This is all in the works right now.
What cool timing to do we
for
will
sure.
always
Have
this as a timestamp.
For sure.
Like,
yeah,
holy
that's
fuck,
like,
dude.
Yeah. When I seen that, you DM me and I was just like, I scrolled to it and I was like, oh shit, like he wants me on his podcast. I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm down to do a podcast. I want a time stamp because like I said, I'm not good with memory. My dates and times get muddied. So I'm like, I want to time stamp this certain time in my life because I know my music's about to go crazy.
Holy shit. What an extra honor too. Like I didn't realize this was your first podcast. Like again, for me, all I saw was just the combination of all of it. And I kept seeing, right? Like I saw the Sueco thing. I didn't even know you directed it. But like I saw in that little documentary where you're like explaining where he looked all whack and you were so funny about it. And I'm like, okay, he got it. And then Erased and you're showing up there and like Erased looks so good. Everything Luis is doing. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then I listened to your music and I'm like, this isn't just like some kid putting out his first song. So like, I had no idea how it tied together.
There was definitely mulling through like tracks. I was just like, I know what sounds good, like especially because I'm an avid music lover and listener. That I'm just like, I know what's whack and what's not whack, and also all my friends make music and they're very good at it. So they all helped me hone in.
But like, damn, also like, what a cool rare circumstance where like you've literally been through it and seen it and you can see it now again for yourself. Like this is so exciting. This is so
definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
So then I guess like, as we look towards the future, like what's the goal? Like we're coming out of the pandemic. Like, are you going to go like full just artist mode, like get on tour, do that? Or like
full artist mode, trying to market my music now more. So I need to get into the music marketing side. I need to make sure that when I'm doing shows, there's a crowd there. So I'm just making sure that we're getting that all aligned. And I'm working with the Erase team. We're doing this thing over there too. It's called Syndicate Studios. So we have our own little team over there, and we're working on some really cool fucking projects.
Holy shit. So Erased has gotten bigger than just skate videos.
Yes.
Oh my
We're past
God.
that. We're not
Dude.
past it in the public eye yet, but we're past it mentally.
I just like, this is everything that gets me excited about like what's next. And like this whole reason of the podcast is like, nothing inspires me more than seeing a group of friends just be like, fuck it, we're doing it on our own and kill it and like set the bar. I legitimately feel like you guys are setting the bar. Like,
yeah.
I needed to know about these things. I was so curious where I'm just like, all of these things, like people are going to be playing catch up to what you're doing. And the fact that you're like already like, cool, you're excited about that. Like we're past that. Like we're already working on this other shit. Like, it's just like, oh my fucking God.
I appreciate this. I appreciate the excitement too. But I feel like we all have felt like, we all, as in the sense of like Luis and I and like a couple people over there at the Erase team, have felt like there's a certain cap to skateboarding and there's a certain cap to that market. And that was kind of what got into the talks about like Ryan's music career, is like,
oh my God,
that's next endeavor
because he's a friend supporting you, being like, you need to do this. You guys are realizing, you're like, cool, we figured this out with Sueco, it worked. We know media, you're doing all these things. So now it's like your time where you can like guinea pig yourself in the best way and like flex all the strengths of everyone.
Yeah. I want to do it successfully though.
Fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my
I hope
God.
I do it successfully. I know I will. I know I'm going to do it successfully.
Yes.
But I'm glad that we got to talk about it right here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like it's, and that's again, my favorite thing with this podcast is like, I had Savage Gasp on like after Pumpkin Scream came out, like he had that song, like hit a couple songs that kind of like popped off on TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah.
And then we talked and he tells his story. But since that podcast, like shit got even crazier. And I'm like continuously watching it. And I think that's so magical to be able to look back and be like, that was that era. It's like, it's so cool. So like, I don't know, like normally I conclude these with like a kind of like looking back or like advice to those. And I feel like you're like so in it, like granted you have your accomplishments, but I guess we could do something of like right now, at least at this point, if you look back at all of it, like what do you tell a past version of yourself, or as you reflect, like what is that piece that you wish you could have done sooner or known, even though there will still be such an evolution?
Don't get distracted.
Oh,
that was like my main thing, is I was so a jack of all trade that
I struggle with that so bad, dude.
Yeah, I was so a jack of all trade that I didn't have my ace. I didn't have my like one card that I could pull that was going to be my success card. And everything happens for a reason, and I think that, you know, like if I blew up as a musical artist when I thought I should be blown up, everything would have fucking crumbled.
Holy shit.
But I think I would hope that if I could tell my past self advice, or to anyone out there, it's focus. Don't be a jack of all trades. And I mean, some people really fucking successfully do it, but that's the people that can genuinely give their love and attention to each and every section of what they're doing. And for me personally, I'm one or the other, you know?
Yeah, dude. I can't believe you're saying that. Like we had a billion things where it's like, well, you do that too. But like, that's on a very personal level. It's been a struggle of mine. And it's kind of like a theme that I always come back to in this podcast is just like, I feel like a lot of the very successful people are the ones that have just been so tunnel vision on something.
It's tunnel vision, exactly, yeah.
And it's so hard for me because I want to be tunnel vision and I love the hustle and I love the business and I love everything, but I just get so excited. Like, you know, if you look, like it's like, cool, I went from touring to working at a label to management to, you know, like a podcast. And I don't regret any of that myself either.
Right.
But every time you change gears, you kind of have to like remaster something.
Exactly,
again. And it's like, I get it. I feel you in saying that. Like I fucking feel that on a spiritual level.
No,
dude.
for sure. Like literally, that's like the most crucial. And it's literally been as of late, I've dialed it into my head. I'm like, the music is what it is. I was like, focus. So like my whole tunnel vision right now is music, and I want to keep it that way until I feel it's appropriate to be tunnel vision on acting.
Wow. Oh shit. So you already see like the evolution.
Like I
at
said in the
some
beginning, I love improv, so I'm just like, I want to
the callback.
the callback, right?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
fucking, I love improv, so I'm just like, tunnel vision right now in music. Childish Gambino, Donald.
Dude, fuck you. I was about to say, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary and say an inspiration of mine and say,
I'm glad Donald Glover. He taught a fucking writing class in New York in like 2006, and every single one of those writers that were in his class are successful writers. Like that would write on like The Office and shit like that. Like every single writer that was in his class. Like I think he only had this class for those kids too at that time. I'm not sure how long. I could be a little bit fuzzy on it, but it's like, bro, he's one of the jack of all trades that are successful at it.
And he did it. Yeah. I literally like on like a list of like goals or like constant things that I need to remind myself of. I have like a line that's like, like 5 names that are huge inspirations of mine, and it's energy like Donald Glover, because it's just like,
yes, for sure.
He has this like self-deprecating humility where he can make fun of himself and like, you know, be on Community or like OG stuff like Mystery
College humor.
Team and like College. Yeah. Did you see Mystery Team, that movie that he was in? Oh my God, I have to show you. It's so good. But like the OG comedy Donald Glover, amazing.
Of course, right? Yeah.
And then dude, when he came out with like Camp and like the Freaks and Geeks EP, like that was like college backpack rap. That was like what was that? That was like Mac Miller and Chitty Bang and like all of these other artists, Asher Roth, and like all of that was so popular, and then everyone thought that he was a joke with it, and then you go back and that aged the best, and it was so
it
good.
For sure aged the best. Everything that he's done has aged the best. It's like you can go back to Camp and
good.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Atlanta and his vision of everything, and like
fuck, dude, Atlanta is like literally one of my favorite shows ever. I have a lot of favorite shows, but that's one of them.
Oh my God. I
wish there was a season 3. Is there season 3 coming out?
I fucking hope so.
I fucking hope so, bro.
I can't believe you said that. Like, this is too crazy.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you're gonna tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. Right now, tunnel vision. Exactly. Music.
Holy crap. All right. I think we leave it here.
Let's leave it here.
Thank you so much, man.
Of course. I hope to be back more successful.
Yo, follow-up episode?
Follow-up episode.
Oh, cool.
Next time I'm back, dude, I'm going to come in the...
oh, my God.
GTR. Nissan GTR.
That's next?
Nismo. Yeah, that's next.
All right.
That's next.
Yeah.